Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Secretary, for being here today. It's good to see you again. I'm sure you saw the news that Russia has now cut off gas shipments to Poland and Bulgaria, both NATO members. So Vladimir Putin, a dictator, using his energy dominance as a weapon to try to subjugate his neighbors. Now let's think about this for a minute, put it into context. I think many of us don't realize that only 4 out of the top 15 natural gas producing countries in the world are liberal democracies. 4 out of 15. The world needs natural gas in increasing amounts, and LNG demand is skyrocketing. And folks, we talk a lot here about democracy versus autocracy. Are we satisfied to allow energy to be provided at the whims of the worst people on earth? Or will America continue to be the guardian of the gate of freedom for the world and fuel the world with our resources and our values? This is a choice that we need to make. So, Madam Secretary, I want to applaud you. It was encouraging to see DOE finally approved 2 LNG export permits yesterday, one of which sat there for at least 16 months, however, after FERC had approved. So I just want to get this straight, just to make sure. Let me ask you unequivocally, do you support expanding U.S. LNG exports, and why does it take DOE so long to approve these permits?
The 2 permits that were approved yesterday.
No, do you support expanding LNG exports?
We have, as an administration.
That's a yes or no question,
yes,
Madam
of course,
Secretary.
because that's what the president has done. He has
No,
made
I
an
asked
agreement.
you, do you support expanding LNG exports?
I work for an administration that supports helping our allies in this time and that does not want to see Russia weaponize.
Do you support expanding LNG exports? That's a yes or no
yes.
question.
I think twice now, maybe 3 times. Yes.
Okay,
and that's
great.
Why.
All right. So why does it take DOE so long?
What I'm saying is that the 2 permits that were approved yesterday, one of the facilities is not even under construction.
Okay, I'm going to get to that in just a second.
Well, and the second one
I want to talk about
is
that.
in the middle of construction, so there wasn't an urgent moment until we wanted to send a signal to our allies that we want to partner with them. I also approved 2 other ones.
Well, I've got legislation called the Unlocking Our Domestic LNG Potential Act, which would end this export permit bottleneck in your agency, which I would urge my colleagues to support. So, Madam Secretary, in response to Russia's aggression, President Biden reached an agreement with the EU that said we will, quote, strive to ensure additional LNG volumes of at least 15 billion cubic meters in 2022. That's this year. And you've just acknowledged, and I appreciate that the approved permits that came out yesterday are for new facilities that haven't even been built yet. So what is DOE's plan to help expand LNG exports now to reach that 15 billion cubic meters in 2022? Given your previous public stances against domestic production, pipeline expansion, and oil and gas in general, how are you going to do that without reversing course on some of these policies? How are we going to get more resources out the door if you don't change some of the policies?
Number one, there is enough LNG facilities to meet the president's goal. Some are completing construction this year, and it will be up and running by the time. There are 30 billion cubic feet of permitted facilities that are waiting to be constructed. This is not a permitting question for liquefied natural gas. We have permitted almost 3 times as much as we currently are exporting, and they just haven't begun construction yet. This is not a President Biden issue, nor is the issue of oil. In fact, the Fed, the Dallas Fed, canvassed the oil and gas executives in March and asked them, what is it that's preventing you from increasing production, particularly on oil? 94% of them said something other than government policy. The number one thing is Wall Street, that Wall Street is constricting their ability to invest in increased production. It is a false statement, with all due respect, to say that the Biden policies have caused production to go down. President Biden has issued more permits for oil and gas leasing in his first year than the Trump administration did in their first year or their second year or their third year.
Madam
They're sitting on
Secretary,
9,000.
my time has expired. My time has expired. We were energy independent under the last administration.
And
We're
we
not
are
now
today.
under the Biden administration.